Do you want to improve your TFT gameplay, but you do not know how? Do you want to fix your mistake, but you do not know which are those? No problem. Hi, I'm Dr. Harris, a future doctor in physics, and in this video I will present 5 mistakes that I see most beginners do, but even higher elo players do this sometimes. So stay tuned to see which are the mistakes I'm talking about and how to fix them. But before we continue the video, do not forget about the 1650 riot points giveaway, for which I will leave a link into the description. First and the biggest mistake that people do is that they pick their final team too early into the game. They are watching the internet which are the best comps in the patch right now. Practically there are some units that work really well together each patch, and with the right items can give you a guaranteed top 4 if you play them well, but not by forcing it. When players see a chosen that suits them in the beginning of the game, they take it and lock the team they will have in their hand, so they will not think about other units that can be useful in their team, which might be very hard to do, especially early to mid game when you have to play what you get, and just in late game maybe to transition to the comp you want. That is not the way you should do it, because this game is made to be composed of early, mid and late states. So in order to get the comp you want, you have to survive early and mid game without losing too much HP and having the most amount of gold possible. Forcing from the beginning of the game is definitely not the way you should play TFT. The best players decide what to play around Raptors. Until then, they just use the best units that they can get. So from now on, just try not to force a comp, because sometimes you do not have enough money to play that comp, or you do not roll a certain unit you need, or worse, you do not have the right items for that comp. Playing in the chosen era means you need to be flexible. Flexibility comes with experience, so play more to figure it out how the game really works and stop forcing. Open your mind and you will see long term that will get you to be a better player. The second mistake is leveling up at the wrong moments. Seeing the game right now, I can tell you that slow roll comps are not a thing anymore, which means playing fast 8 will be what almost every player will do from now on. This means to level up something like this: to level 4 at 2-1, to level 5 at 2-5, to level 6 at 3-2, to level 7 at 4-1, and level 8 around 4-5 to 4-7. Of course, if you want to add a certain unit on your board that will spike your team power, you can level up even earlier than these stages, but keep in mind you'll have at least 30 gold after you level up, just to make sure some economy is still going in your bank. Just leveling around the stages I mentioned before will improve your gameplay for sure. Third mistake is rolling at the wrong moments. I see a lot of players that they roll too often, which is the biggest mistake you can do. I know sometimes you are losing a lot, but by leveling up you get a better chance to improve your team than by 2-starring a 1-cost unit. So keeping your economy intact until late game is a very important thing to do. Most players use all their money at level 8 around stage 5-1. Of course, there are some lobbies in which almost all the players play very aggressive. That means you have to do the same, and this happens the other way around. So if the lobby plays aggressive, you play aggressive and rule. If they keep their economy, you keep your economy, which means you have to scout to see what other players do, which is the fourth mistake that I see beginners and even higher elo players do. They are players that never scout, which is so wrong in so many ways, because you don't know what the other players are playing. You do not know if you are contested. You do not know how powerful your enemies are. You do not know how they are positioned, and many things more. So from now on, try to scout at least at these moments in the game: before 2-1, during 2-7, during 3-7, 4-7, 5-7, and so on, because your team fights minions and you don't have to focus on that fight. Just scout the enemies, and this will bring you more information about how to win the game. When you are in the last 4 players still alive in the game, make sure you try to scout each round, because just getting a better positioning can win you some fights and maybe sometimes the game. You have a very strong team, but if they are not positioned according to the enemies they have, that means they have weaknesses, and you might lose just because of that. And now we got to our last mistake, which is not building items early game. Guys, if you watch top players, they are building at least one item until stage 2.5 each game. I saw some of you do not build an item until wolves. Come on, the difference between a good comp and a bad one is items. Always items will make a difference. Build them from the beginning. You can build the next items at any point in the game because they are very useful. Sunfire Cape, Guardian Angel, Ziggs, and Chalice, but of course all the items are useful in some way, so make sure you stop keeping your items unused for a long period of time. To conclude, in order to improve your gameplay, please stop forcing comps, stop leveling up and rolling at the worst moments in the game, stop focusing only on your board and start scouting, and last but not least, use your item. If you do all this, your gameplay will definitely improve in the long term. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to make a future doctor in physics happy. Also, I would like to remind you about the 1650 ride points giveaway, for which I will leave a link into the description. Until next time guys, please stay in school and play some more TFT. See ya!